for your sports news, we're joined by NTD's Dave Martin. Dave, good to see you as always.
Good to see you, Arlene.
And I know you have some basketball scores and some World Cup news, but let's get to college football because today is Championship Saturday. So what's going on there so far?
Well, already we've had one game. We've had the Big 12 championship game. Number 4, Texas Tech beat 11th ranked BYU 34-7 for the Big 12 title. Let's take a look at this one here. The Red Raiders are really pretty dominant throughout, I would say. I mean, they were ranked 4th coming in, so this is definitely going to secure a playoff spot. Now, this is their second win over BYU this year. Now, BYU, meanwhile, went 11-2 against everyone else, 0-2 against Texas Tech. But this will probably drop BYU behind Miami in the playoff rankings, really out of playoff contention. Now, going on right now, we've got the SEC championship game. That's third-ranked Georgia. They lead number 9 Alabama 21-0 in the third quarter there. Now, whoever wins this one, of course, is in the playoffs. We'll see about the loser. Now, if Bama loses, that's their third loss. Maybe that opens the door for Miami, depending on the score. For Georgia, though, I think they're in no matter what. They only have one loss right now. Then tonight, we've got Ohio State, number 1, against number 2, Indiana, for the Big Ten title. Both teams are undefeated. No matter who loses, they are still in the playoffs. And then also tonight, probably the most interesting game, number 17, Virginia places Duke. Now, if Virginia wins, they're most likely in. Now, Duke, though, they are unranked. If they win, they could really shake things up. I mean, maybe the ACC gets shut out of the playoffs. That would certainly create some uncertainty for sure in these playoffs here.
So why is there so much uncertainty in a Duke win?
Well, because they're not ranked right now. They're 7-5. They made their conference championship game. That's the ACC after winning a 4-way tiebreaker. Now, there's the 5 automatic bids for the playoffs. They go to the 5 highest-ranked conference champions. Now, it was intended that those would be the 4 power conference champions winner: Big 10, ACC, Big 12, and SEC, plus, one other group winner. But it was not written like that. Now, the other teams in the Big 12, Big 10, and SEC title games, they're all ranked in the top 11 spots. No matter who wins each game, there's no question they'll be ranked high enough to get in. So there's the 3 of the 5 bids right there. Meanwhile, you had James Madison and Tulane each won their respective conferences last night. Both teams are ranked in the 20s somewhere. If Duke wins, who's not even ranked right now, the committee would have to somehow move them past one of those 2 lesser-known teams for them to get into the playoffs. And if they don't, which I couldn't imagine they would, the ACC is most likely looking at getting shut out of these playoffs altogether, which seems really unfathomable when you drew this up with 12 teams getting in. I mean, their best shot in that case is if Miami somehow moves up, which would take it took a BYU loss and it takes a Bama loss, and even at that, they need some help still. So Duke winning would really shake things up here. Virginia wins, though. It's very simple. Virginia's ranked 17th. If they win, they are definitely in.
Now, time for your soccer news. In D.C., the World Cup draw was held yesterday, and President Trump took center stage.
Yes, Trump was awarded the inaugural FIFA Peace Prize award by FIFA President Gianni Infantino. Trump called it one of the great honors of his life. Now, they also held the World Cup draw, which determines, each of the 12 4-team groups that the 48 World Cup teams will be divided into next summer. Team USA will be open against Paraguay on June 12th. They will face Australia a week later. The 4th team in their group still being determined. But let's listen to what Trump said, though, about whether we should call it soccer or football. Let's listen in here.
When you look at what has happened to football in the United States, again, soccer in the United States, we seem to never call it that because we have a little bit of a conflict with another thing that's called football. But when you think about it, shouldn't it really be called? I mean, this is football. There's no question about it. We have to come up with another name for this.
Yeah.
It really doesn't make sense when you think about it. This is really football.
Oh, isn't that what's spelled with a U? F-U-T, ball? No. That's different.
I think it is. If we talk about it here in English, yeah, I think it's F-U-T-B-O-L. It's funny, you hear Gianni going, yes, he definitely wants it to be called that,
right,
for sure. I mean, I can't imagine we'd rename the most popular sport in the U.S., though, which is, American football. But of course, it does make more sense that soccer would be called football. I'm afraid it's just too ingrained at this point. But it was funny. It was funny to hear someone actually say that. Not too many Americans bring up that issue. To hear Trump just kind of say it off the cuff is kind of funny to hear, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to switch when you've known something for so many years. Soccer, I mean, it's automatic.
I know. I can go with calling it football. I can go with calling it American football, but football to me is just, it's still that.
Right. All right, so let's look at basketball. We have a number of ranked teams. Number 1, Purdue played. How'd they all do?
Well, Purdue did not do very well today, you know. I don't think they will be number 1 next week. Now,
dear.
The Boilermakers were shocked at home by Iowa State. They lost 81-58. Let's take a look at this one. Cyclones led by just 4 points at the half. They went on an 11-0 run in the second half. They led by as many as 27. Remember, this is in Purdue. Now, the 23-point loss by Purdue, tied for the worst ever by an AP number 1 team. Go figure. Elsewhere, 4th-ranked Duke went out number 7 Michigan State 66-60. So the Big Ten had 2 of their best teams lose at home to non-conference opponents today. And then a third, you had 22nd-ranked Indiana lost to number 6 Louisville. It's really a tough day for the conference, although number 3 Michigan did beat Rutgers, although both teams are Big Ten there. Now, meanwhile, tonight, 14th-ranked Illinois, another Big Ten team, is at number 13 Tennessee. 23rd-ranked St. John's hosts Ole Miss, and number 20 Auburn is at 2nd-ranked Arizona. So if you're not watching all the football games going on, there's plenty of basketball to see tonight.
And that's football without the U, right? Foot, F-O-O-T.
That's American football tonight. I'll go with that far.
All right. Well, Dave, thanks so much, as usual.
Thanks, Arlene.
Okay.